Hi, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, you'll be writing your no experience resume with me. Links to all the resources mentioned in the description box below. Let's get started. There are 6 major sections that your resume usually needs. These are contact info, headline, summary, skills, education section, and experience. But what you'll actually need depends on the actual application process that the company particularly uses. So the first thing you have to know about successful job applications is that you need a master baseline resume with all your static, unchanging information that you can then adapt to each application and job description. While most people only think about resumes the moment they actually need it, I would advise that you start practicing writing your resumes and get into the habit well in advance. The first 2 areas that are quite solid and unchanging are your contact info and your education section. So let's start with your contact info. I have a whole article written about your contact info. This is an undervalued area of the resume, and you only realize this once you get into applying for jobs. It deserves its own dedicated time to sort all that out, but once it's done, and you can reuse it over and over again. Another section of your information that can be one and done is your education. Follow the format of where, when, and what you studied, and you're good to go. For a lot of you, that will be your university degrees. Now note, I did not begin this process by looking for a pretty resume template. We need to have our content sorted out first, then we can worry about how it will look when it all comes together. This is a major temptation when it comes to creative careers such as fashion. While I'm not suggesting that you submit an ugly or boring resume, but that part is secondary and is only impactful if it is in conjunction with good content. Now we're getting to the more customizable part of your resume. The headline. To make your own job search a little easier, you should have a more focused 1, 2, maximum 3 job titles you're targeting. The more similar the roles, the better, so that when you need to customize your resume, there is a lot more you can reuse. Your headline can basically be your job title. For this video, we'll use a fashion stylist role. This is the point where we want to study the job description to know what we actually need to write in your resume. So now let's look over a real job description to see what it looks like. One of my personal tricks is to copy and paste the job description into a Word document so I can easily study and highlight keywords. If you don't know what keywords are, those are the specifics of the job description. For example, what we have here. Once you have a pretty good idea of what the job description is about, now you want to work on your experience section. Putting down the basics of job title, company, and location is easy enough. Now you want to think about all the relevant things you did in that role that relates to what they're asking about in this role. But the problem is you've never had a job before, or you have, but it's unrelated, like serving coffee at Starbucks. What do you do then? We'll highlight your actual strengths like relevant education and push those sections closer to the beginning of the resume. And then also go for low-hanging fruit, so to say, like internships and jobs with low requirements, and use that to get your foot in the door and get your name and time associated with your industry, field, or company, and role of choice. Remember, at this point, we're just gathering all the bits of information that will go into your resume. So if you really have zero experience, it's fine. Everyone has to start somewhere. Also think about this phase as an assessment to see how you actually rank against real-life job requirements of roles you're interested in. Next up, we have the skills section, which we can also put together from studying the job description. You really only need a top 10. Another really important asset you gain by studying job descriptions well before you need to apply for jobs. And when I say well before, I mean as in when you're picking out the courses you will study. You have already started familiarizing yourself with what you will need for certain jobs, so you can learn those skills either as part of your degree or even independently. For example, no one really thinks that Excel is a skill you will need for fashion, but for roles that analyze data, like as a fashion buyer, you'll need it. Or to be a fashion designer, you might be surprised that studying graphic design will serve you a lot better than studying fashion. Shocking, I know. So it might serve you really well to, let's say, every month study a job description or two, see what job titles are popping up, see what skills and kind of experience they consider relevant, so that you are better and better prepared for your own job search / internship search.